In my own practice, and I've worked with EMDR for a long time, and I've been walking with crosswalks of EMDR for people who have intellectual differences, focusing a lot on bilateral stimulation, biofeedback, neuroentrainment, and neurofeedback.
What we're talking about with developmental trauma is so much more complex. It's not a single incident trauma. And the difficulty with doing EMDR, I'm not an expert in EMDR. I went to training in EMDR and in neurofeedback the same month, and I chose neurofeedback. And I was going to have to get good at something. I wanted to get good at neurofeedback. But the EMDR can be a miracle for single incident trauma. It can be a rabbit hole for people with developmental trauma. So it's really a question of figuring out if that's a useful interaction. The reason that Bessel is in the field of neurofeedback is because EMDR didn't hold with people with developmental trauma. It didn't offer the same promise as it did with PTSD or with single incident trauma.
I did training with EMDR. I did training with hypnosis, all of them, right? And I do believe that you have to regulate the nervous system with neurofeedback. I just see it help so many people and have for all these decades. I think, have I seen people with EMDR get very activated using EMDR with developmental trauma? Yes. Have I seen people do well? Yes. So I think a lot of things, just like neurofeedback, has to do with the experience of the clinician. But I do agree with Sebern, when I'm using EFT tapping or hypnosis or EMDR in the past, it really was with somebody around an incident without a history of developmental trauma that I found it to be really pretty amazing. So I think these are all tools in our toolbox, and I don't want to, people should use what they find to work. But I find these are pairings with neurofeedback. They're not instead of, they go together.